On today's episode of PJ and the Beard, we're going to take a look at two guitars. But before we get into that, I'd like to ask you to consider subscribing to the channel, clicking on the notification bell. Your interaction with us helps us interact with great people in the industry. In this case, we went to Zzounds in part to make this video happen. We're looking at the PRS Piezo. Oh, I already messed
PRS Hollowbody
Piezo.
SE, or PRS SE Hollowbody Piezo. No, PRS SE Hollowbody II Piezo.
Which we got from Zzounds to compare to
a 2001 PRS McCarty Hollowbody with the Piezo. We told this story, jump right into that, right? Mm-hmm. We told it, why is Pat not holding the SE?
In this case, PRS via Zzounds, we got in the Hollowbody II Piezo.
When we started recording this, it's like we get that in, we're like, hey, well, whatever we record on the SE, we'll record on this, then we'll have a video on each guitar, then we'll do a comparison, blah, blah, blah. And partway into that, we found out I had a problem going on with the Piezo pickup where it wasn't picking up the G string.
Which one?
Yeah, insert childish 5-year-old joke. Wasn't picking up the G string. And so we ended up sending this back to the PTC at PRS to have them fix that up for us. And they did a wonderful job. Gosh, they did a very nice job setting that all straight and making it all right. Problem is, it took me about 3 months to, finally decide on the perfect box and to mail it and all that.
Perfect box was a Gibson box. That's a whole other story.
Yes. We don't want to talk about that. And, it was there for a little bit too. So in the meantime, the SE guitar gets shipped back to Zzounds. Because Zzounds is kind enough to send this stuff out for us to check out and share with you, but they annoyingly tend to want it back.
Right. Oh, come on.
So let's jump into this. Mm-hmm. The first thing is, I guess, just comparing the pickups.
Right.
Is there anything that we need to say?
Not necessarily. We try to do one for one, exact pedal, exact settings. And right now we're just on just the pickups.
Just the pickups. Here you go. I have a funny story for you.
Funny thing happened on the way to shoot this video.
Right. So we have two jams coming up. And basically, at the same time, every time we compare guitars, I'll play this, and then Pat will play the SE, and we'll both take a lead, and then we will swap, and then he'll play this, and I'll play the SE, and we'll both take a lead and both play rhythm. Pat typically plays an overdrive pedal and turns it on and off for his clean and dirty. Turns it on, he plays lead. I typically roll the volume back, so it's always a little whatever. But we have no idea what pedals we played.
Because we don't turn the overhead camera on during the jams, because we always like to say what we did.
We say what it is, but we recorded this months ago. There's a Christmas tree in it, for crying out loud. We don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a guess. I was playing some sort of Barber Electronics direct drive.
It's a wild card for me because
It is.
I use a PG-14 for lead at the other place we play. So I use a Tube Screamer. I've used the Greer Lightspeed. I've even used a Timmy at times. I honestly don't know what I did here.
So in the comments.
That's right. Tell us what you think it was.
What pedal do you think we were playing through? So I don't even know. I'm not sure who's playing what first.
Right.
So
big question mark with a black screen behind it right here.
how fun is this? Surprise.
All right, as we said before, so in a jam, what we simply do is switch guitars. So in this case, we switch guitars.
the two jams. At the end of this video, after we close things up, I'm going to run a bunch of the clips from the two videos, the SE and then the regular the McCarty, back to back, side to side, so you can kind of hear them with Drive, hear them with Leslie, hear them whatever. But before we do that, just some final thoughts. We try to keep these maybe on the shorter side. Final thoughts.
Yeah, I think I could be wrong. I was interested in getting this guitar in because I was fascinated with the Piezo because of some of the environments I find myself playing. I'm like, it might be interesting. And it's about a slightly just south of $1,600 for this guitar. I thought that it was a nice looking guitar. I think the neck profile worked for me. I still was trying to get comfortable with the pickups. I found that some of the Indonesian pickups are a little bright for me. Now, I guess balanced against most of the guitars that we play that are PRSs in our personal collection are at least probably 20 years old. So we're talking very different pickups. So your ear has an idea. So brighter, Piezo a little bright, but recorded it sounded good. It was one that I liked, but not enough to let's keep that because we want to keep cycling through stuff. I did like it. I enjoyed playing it. I didn't always find it inspiring to me because of the tonality of those pickups to my old man ear used to hearing more of the vintage PRS pickup line. But I do like it. I think for what it is, for 1600, I think you said there might even have been some comments that someone used it in a wedding band or something. Mm-hmm. So it definitely has its place. I think there's a lot of value in that guitar for that price.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. First of all, for me, I don't remember how long I've had this guitar, but it's been a while. It's been a while, maybe 10 years, I don't know. And I like this guitar a lot. So I'm a little bit biased.
Right.
This guitar is one of the lightest guitars I've ever picked. I swear, it's so light. Like, you pick up a PRS Hollowbody, you got to be prepared for it. You get down there, you get that, and it's not there, right?
Right.
So picking up that Hollowbody, body's a little bit bigger, little heavier. So that's a thing, not a bad thing or whatever. It's just, for me, I'm used to this and I really, really like this guitar. So it had I guess what I'm trying to say, it had a lot to live up to.
Yeah.
I feel similar to the way you feel on the pickups. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm really interested to hear what people that watch this video say, because I almost think recorded the pickups sound better.
In
the SE.
Yes.
Especially when you're doing like the clean pick through and stuff. I'm like, ooh, they sound nice and bright and chimey, and these sound a little dull. I'd like to think, well, maybe it's that clip was recorded before we had it set up and new strings put on it and stuff. So maybe that's why. I don't know. I don't think so. So sometimes I feel like when I've been editing these two videos, because we've been back and forth on it for months.
Right.
Sometimes I feel like the PRS SE sounds better.
Mm-hmm.
When I play it, I think this sounds better.
Right.
So,
which affects sometimes the way you play.
Yes. I think the jams that we recorded for this video, they were both one take only. And I'm not saying they're never perfect. Right. Never perfect. We're, we
don't go back and edit and fix things.
Right. This is for fun. But normally we don't get through. Normally jam, there's a couple takes, there's a couple whatever. And both of us, when we were done, were like, it's not the best I've ever played, and it's not the worst. So I felt pretty inspired by it. Yeah. I played this live Sunday, came back last week and Thursday, and took it out and played it live, and I like the guitar. So that's my final thought. I don't know. I guess I don't. We get in these rabbit holes sometimes. You're in the video and you're saying this and you feel like you're trying to dig yourself out of something. The PRS SE, value for money, I think is great. If I did not own this guitar, I would want to own that guitar. I would not spend the money it would take to buy a core hollow body today.
Right.
That guitar would be,
right.
I'd be all over it. Since I have this, I'm not.
Right.
So I don't think Paul can be upset. Oh, since you have one of my core guitars from 20 years ago, how can you not want to have one of my SE guitars from today? So I think if you're looking at it, do it, go for it. It's probably good if that's what you're what you're into. I can't say anything bad about it. So, anything else?
Yeah, the only last thing I'll say, not to make this any longer, is the SE has a shallow violin carve. Because the one thing I didn't like about the SE is a lot of times they were very flat. So at least has more of a carve, but nothing like the carve on the front and the back of this one.
Yeah.
Has quite a bit of bow and a carve to it, which first of all, I like the way it looks. Second of all, I think it does impact the sound a little bit. But the SE is still a fine looking guitar. But that's one of the comparisons that is
the
always
SE finish looks cooler than
right.
This one.
Right.
This is pretty plain Jane, but sometimes plain Jane. Classic's cool.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Classic is cool. Kids.
So I think that was my last add-on to the, hey, we like to keep these short.
So with that, hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for clicking the subscribe button, notification bell, like button, any of those things. Anytime you interact with the show, that's what helps us get cool stuff in, like the PRS SE that we don't have in anymore to share with you. We appreciate that. I think with that,
I'm PJ on behalf of the Beard, reminding you, no matter what you hear, you never have too much gear. Stay around for the comparison.